Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to talk to you today about act as if, the secret to your success. Now, I talk a lot about act as if, and I talk a lot about if you believe it, you can achieve it. If you really want something, you have to want it with all of your heart and soul. You can't just I kind of want it. You have to be all in. But act as if, I believe, is a spiritual truth. And that's why I'm going to start doing these episodes, Art of Discovering You, a spiritual journey within. Because I want to start talking to people about their spiritual truths, about stuff that has been in the universe, in the atmosphere for centuries and centuries since Earth was created, but we always want to forget it. And I get today act as if, because I was looking for a book, and if any of you have been to my house, which most of you have not, but if you have, you would see that I have bookcases upon bookcases upon bookcases. Plus in my garage I have books upon books upon books, plus books on tape, books here, books there. I love reading because leaders are readers, and I've always believed that. And the only way I was able to transform from broken homeless to a six-figure CEO is by figuring it out. I always say if there's a book, I can figure it out. Unless it's accounting, don't ever call on me. No good. So I'm looking for this book and I can't find a book I'm looking for, and all of a sudden I stumble into this on my bookcase. Now, I can guarantee you I never bought that book. Now, I don't know how it got there. I believe that when the message, if you're ready for the message, the angels, the spirits, the messengers will show up to give you the message. And I was reading this book and I got to one paragraph and it totally rocked my world. I would use a bad word right now, the F word, if I could. It rocked my effing world in ways I can't even imagine. I can't even explain. And I have read books about Himalayan travelers that were able to shapeshift and bend time and be in two places at one time. I am so open-minded spiritually because I believe if you can think it, it's there. Because otherwise, how can you think it? How can you possibly think that it's there? How can you have that thought unless it's there? So this page I was reading was angels are a messenger of God. You have God's light within you. You have spirit within you. You have the universe within you. You have a force. That's called a spiritual force within you. And if you see something in somebody else, then you can have it. If you're wrestling with an idea, you already have that idea. You already have the ability to get that idea. Why don't you? Why don't any of us? Because we don't believe. We don't believe in us. We don't believe that we could. I mean, how many of you want to be, a great accountant? You've gone to college, you'd be a CPA, and you want nothing more than be a great accountant and help businesses figure out their accounting. And you have this teeny tiny little business, you don't move forward because you don't believe in your own greatness. And that's why we say, from the beginning of time, act as if. Now, if you watch The Secret, and I confess, love The Secret video, love the books, have them all. But it has Mike Dooley sitting in his living room, I think driving his Ferrari or pretending, and saying this is how you get it. You have to have the thought first, no doubt. You have to have the idea, you have to have the thought. But you got to take the next step. We're an action universe. You have to have inspired action. You have to be willing to take the steps to get what you want. If you sit here and say, man, I want nothing more than to help 1 million women heal their trauma and their bad outcomes and help them stand in their greatness and stand up and say, this is who I am. But if this is as far as I get, then you're not going to get there. You got to be willing to take step 1, step 2, step 3. So whatever you want to be it, but start acting like you're that person. If you want a promotion at work and you want to become the divisional, the regional, the executive director, whatever it is, how do they act? How do they dress? What do they read? What do they do? You got to know. You want to be a softball coach? You need to go model Patty at the Oklahoma, which I can never remember her last name. What does she do? How does she prepare? How does she study? There's always somebody there you can mirror. There's always somebody you can watch how they do it. And then you can act as if you're them. And not them themselves, but act as if you're that position, that part of you. Because the minute that you start acting as if you're going to tell the universe, I am ready. I am ready to go. Just like my battery on my phone's telling me I am getting ready to crash. So if you have any questions, please let me know. We are in a spiritual universe. You can have what you want if you believe it and if you take action. If you have any questions, let me know. Sharing is caring. Send this video to everybody you know. I want everybody to understand, act as if, to get what you want, and take action. I'll talk to you guys later. If you need anything at all, please let me know. Take care of you later. Bye. Of course, I have my glasses on. There we go.